Hey, what's up, you guys? My name is Sakara Sia. Like, see you later, but I'm seeing you right now, so you might as well stick around. And today is my first video. Woo! Woo! Excited! It's my first video. And today we're gonna be ranking different types of love interests that are in books. I have a whole list. I have a whole tier list in front of me. We're gonna be going through it, and so sit around, enjoy, enjoy. I have my other lists with me as well, and so let me just make sure I let me explain the tier list actually, um, and explain the whole concept of this video. So I'm a reader, as I mentioned before, and sometimes when I read, it depends on what I read. If I read like an AU or if I read like a regular book, there's the stereotypical type of love interest, like in the version of Twilight, the version would be like the werewolf and the vampire. We know that. We know that stuff. Yada 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 that. And so that's basically what we're doing. We're going to be ranking the stereotypical kind of regular love interests that are in all types of like AUs and um what is it, fan fiction and regular media, because I read kind of all of the above. As we get into this video, I'm gonna explain the tier list, and then we're gonna get into the love interests. Okay, okay. So the top of the tier, best of the best, is eat regardless. If I hear about this love interest in the book, I'm definitely gonna consider reading it because it always does good. Eats regardless is literally the one of those things where if I read a book and you tell me there's this in the book, I'm definitely going to consider reading. It will be in my cart at least till I check out. And if I don't buy it, you best believe it's going on my Goodreads list. So each regardless is definitely probably reading if I can afford it. A bit saucy, and yes, you have to say saucy like that. A bit saucy is tier number two. Tier number two is a bit saucy, and like it's good, but it's not as good at each regardless. Like it's good like in a okay. I look okay with an elevated AY. So it's like it's a bit saucy. It's okay. Okay. You see it, you like it. Then we have depends on the chef. Some type of love interests, not everyone can write. I'm gonna be so for real. I be reading some of these stories and I'm like, who told you to do that, baby girl? No one told you to do that. Put the pen down. Go touch grass. Like actually. Um, but depends on the chef. Sometimes, typically, what depends on the chef for me. Sometimes it's something I was not expecting. Like I didn't expect you to make that sound good, but you actually did. But it's also the other way around. It's like I expect you to make this good, and you don't actually. I've actually read it a couple times, and it hasn't been that good recently. So let's just see. Let's just see. I'm a picky eater means I don't personally like it, but I know a lot of people who do. So I get the hype. I'm just not. I'm not partaking in said love interest content, said type of love interest content. I'm just not. I understand we see each other, but I'm not. I'm not eating at your restaurant. Not to say you can't cook. I'm just a picky eater. And the last tier is would rather starve. I'm not reading it. I'm not. I'm not. You would have to probably. You know what? Let me not say that. I'm not reading it. Basically, would rather starve is you can't convince me to read it either. I'm a picky eater means maybe you can get me in the restaurant, but I might not order anything other than chicken nuggets and fries. But you might can get me in the restaurant, but I'm a picky eater. Would rather starve means I'm not stepping foot in that establishment. I'm not picking up a book if I've heard this is in it. All right. With that being said, with that being said, let's start off. What's the first type of love interest on the list? So we got a vampire. Vampire is number one. Vampire for me goes in I'm a picky eater. And the reason why vampire goes in I'm a picky eater is because I don't like vampire looking men. To me, vampire gives pale, and I do not prefer pale. When I was growing up reading, I was told that vampires were close to death, and I would not want a man who's close to death. Like, actually, I would actually want him to die happy. I'm not digging the vampire, but I see the hype. I've read some stuff, and I'm like, not gonna front. Y'all gotten me to nibble on it a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit, but not my forte, not my cup of tea. The next love interest we have is werewolves. For me, it's going in a bit saucy. It's a bit saucy, and here's why. I had a. I'm gonna tell on myself a little bit. I had a bit of a werewolf phase growing up, just a bit, because Twilight was coming out, and I couldn't read an ounce of Twilight, couldn't get into it, and I'm not sorry for that. Still can't get into it, but I did venture off into the werewolf side of things, and I ate that up. Every once in a while, I may go back to a werewolf book and be like, kind of eats, kind of eats. I think the only reason I like werewolf stuff is because of the fated mate type thing. Like, I would love to have a soulmate in real life. Not saying I don't, but as of right now, I don't. And I think I just love the idea of not having to go find a man because he's literally gonna come find me. We're literally already made it since birth. Like, we're already fated for each other. So why the stress of having to pick the right person would never be there for me. And so I think that's why I like it so much. That's why it's going it's a bit saucy. It's not eats regardless because I have seen people do it bad. I've seen people do werewolves real bad. They make them creepy. Like, don't do that. Let's not make it creepy. What are we creepy for? What is it weird for? Make it regular. Make it regular. Make it regular. And the next one we have is Mafia King. It's going in depends on the chef for me. I've seen it done well. I've read it done well. But I've also read it done badly. I've read it done really poorly, actually. So yeah, that's where Mafia King is going. The next is the Jock. The Jock for me is also going and depends on the chef because it can be done right, and I've read it done right. That's the thing. It's like I'm not mad at a Jock. For me, a Jock eats when it's not the cockiest Jock on the team. When it's like someone who gets playtime but very little. He's like a Jock, but he's actually in his books type stuff. He's a academic weapon. That's the word I was looking for. Academic weapon. But he's also kind of good at what he does. He kind of is good at what he does. That's when a Jock eats. It gets real corny real fast when it's literally, oh, I'm just this big macho guy. I'm this big guy, big head right here. No, sir. Sit down. So Jock is going in, depends on the chef. Okay. And then we have rival. I'm not gonna front. I eat up good rivals. And I want to put it in each regardless. But I have seen this done poorly. I have. I want to put it in each regardless, but I'm gonna be so for real. She's not there. She's not there. She's not there. And that's okay. Because she's going in, it's a bit saucy. I love me good rivals where it's like, they're not enemies. No, because they don't hate each other. But they are competing us against each other. Like, he's on the opposite volleyball team of her. And they decided to do a co-ed competition. Like, that eats. Like, we're on opposite sides, but we don't hate each other. Like, we're gonna go to the after party afterwards and enjoy each other's company. But on the field, we hate each other. That eats for me. Rivals? I want to put it eats regardless, but we're gonna put it. It's a bit saucy because I have seen this done bad. I have seen it done bad. Okay, we got enemy. Enemy. I'm gonna put it. I'm a picky eater. We're gonna put enemy as I'm a picky eater because I'm not a big fan of enemies to lovers. I've seen it done well, like I said in the rival case, but I've also seen it done well outside of the rivals case. Like when you're an enemy, but you're not the enemy. Like he hates you, but he doesn't know you personally. He hates the concept of you. And so when he gets to know you, it's like, oh, I actually don't hate you. I actually kind of fuck with you. Like actually. So we're gonna put that in. I'm a picky eater. Okay. And then we're gonna go. Okay. I'm gonna take a break in a little bit and then record the second half of this video. Next we got bully. Would rather starve. You cannot convince me to read any bully trope. Because I don't like a man who's mean to me. I don't like a person who's mean to me in general. Like, what do you mean he's literally getting me in trouble at school? What do you mean he got me suspended from my college? Not because it's on site at that point. Like, what do you mean? What do you mean by that? Like, no, I'm not. No, I'm trying to make myself understand it, and it's not working. It's not working. It's not working. So, bully is where it's at. And so bully is gonna go and would rather starve. Because I would, indeed, rather starve. No, 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 no. I have superior, aka there's like a power dynamic. This is also a would rather starve for me. Like, let me think about that actually. I want to say it is definitely a would rather starve for me because I think all humans are on the same level. Like we really are. And so because all humans are on the same level, I do not value as superior. And I do think the context matters, but overall, let's just say someone who's like to be above you, overly above you. Like, for example, king to a peasant. The superior also they don't know how to write this right. If by any chance I was to partake in the type of content that has like a power dynamic, I need it to be written in a good way that makes it tangible, makes it tangible is the word I'm looking for. Tangible for me or digestible. Digestible. I need to read it in a way that makes it digestible. And I don't think we know how to write this digestibly. Not unless you're into that. You know what? Maybe I should put it in I'm a picky eater because I wouldn't do it, but other people like it. Should we put it in I'm a picky eater? I'm putting I'm a picky eater. We're gonna put superior though. I'm not. Yeah, it's not my cup of tea. The next love interest is pet slash servant. This is when it's same kind of superior type of thing, but this time I'm on the upper foot and the love interest is on the lower foot. I also don't like this either. Shocker, shocker. Shocker, shocker. I don't like this either. We're gonna put in I'm a picky eater as well. I feel like I've seen this like when, I, like I said, it has to be written in a digestible way, and it's just not oftentimes digestible for me. I do think some people do like it, and I love that for them. It's not digestible for me, so we're gonna put pet slash servant. Oh my gosh, this just made me remember all those books where it's like your dog turns into a man. Ah, ah, yeah, no, that's a no for me. That's a deep no for me. That's a fat no. Um, Next we have the K-pop idol slash celebrity. This is basically when someone has status in the in your social climate, in any way, shape, or form, and you don't. But it's not like a superior to. It's not like a king to peasant type status. It's more just like they have status and you don't. Not like you couldn't get status, but you just don't currently have it. This to me is. Hmm. I want to put it in. I'm a picky eater as well, because like, don't get me wrong. I do think certain celebrities are cute. I do, but also I don't know. I'm not gonna put in would rather starve. I could put it in depends on the chef. Let me think about it in book content. Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not mean to do that. I was just scratching my eye and my second finger was the longest. I did not mean to do that. Um, we're gonna put it in I'm a picky eater. This doesn't mean I won't eat it at all. This just means I rarely eat it because I don't know. I'm conflicted about that. I want to put it in depends on the chef, but some people write it very worshipy, and no offense, but I'm not worshiping a man. And like, yeah, yeah, I meant what I said. Like, I'm not worshiping a human man. Let me say that. I'm not. I meant what I said. So as long as it's not worshipy, I feel like it's doable. It's decent. But some people make it really worshipy, and I'm like, no, let's not do that. Let's not. Let's not make him a god. He's not a god. Yeah, and if he was, that's a different story. But let's not do that. Pretty please. And so that one's there. Then we have, okay, I have a lot of slashes for this one. For this one, we have Demon Prince slash Hades slash Satan. For me, it's I would rather starve, but I do understand. I'm putting it in I would rather starve just because again, I would not read it. I understand though. I've seen people talk about it, and I've heard about it being done well. Have not personally read it. Do not dabble in any type of demonic type of thing. Like right now, I know Love and Deep Space has Silas, and I see it. I see it, and I hear about it. I have self control. I do. And in that case, as intriguing as he is in that example, or as intriguing as this concept can be well presented, because I have read Hades and Persephone's retellings, and so I do like. Well, and I'm not talking about the webtoon. Let me verify that because I've heard things. Um, Outside of the webtoon, I have read Hades and Persephone retelling, and so I'm not mad at the concept. I just personally would rather starve. I would not like to indulge in said content. Now, at least currently, I would not like to indulge in said content. So we're putting Demon Prince and would rather starve. I would not read a story if the love interest is a demon prince. At least right now. Like I said, I have read Persephone and Hades retellings, and some of them do eat. So I'm not even gonna lie. The story could eat. I'm just not in my current life position. Then we have half of a star-crossed. If you guys don't know what star-crossed lovers are, it's when two people, are want to be together and they really do love each other, but they're not meant to be together because of destiny. And so everything goes wrong because they're trying to be together. They may end up together, but the world may be completely messed up, or they don't end up together and the world becomes relatively regular. To me, I've read good versions of this. Excuse me. I've read good versions of this. I want to say it depends on the chef because not everyone knows how to make the reality comply with the situation. Um, I do typically love, like I said, I love a good mate. I love a good soulmate pairing, but this is like the opposite of that, where it's like we're soulmates, but we're not supposed to be together soulmates. And I'm like, dang, it's kind of tough. But like I said, I typically am more of the favor where the world ends in a bad way, but you guys end up together. Dang, is that toxic? You know what? I'm more of the favor of where two people end up together, but the world ends up bad. But I have seen also like my realistic self, like outside of fiction, I would be more of the favor of us ending up separately and the world ending up good. But fictional worlds, I'm more of a favor of the world ending up badly and the two people ending up together. Because that's where it's at. So we're gonna put half, half. I'm gonna put 0.5 instead of one half. 0.5 star cost. We have the childhood best friend. For me, it depends on the chef as well. Um, some people know how to write a childhood best friend. That's not weird because I realized that some people don't really have friends growing up, and so they write childhood best friends in a way that's very, very much like, what is this? Like, why? Like, where's the playing around? Like, if it's a opposite gender or opposite sex friendship, he should definitely be teasing her below the age of 14. Like, I should be reading the moment he pushed her in a pool. Like, I should be reading the moment that he made her dress dirty and got her in trouble because he decided to roughhouse with her before church. Like, those are the types of moments I should be reading. I should not be reading about them kissing under a tree at the age of 13. Because what is that? Like, don't get me wrong, I do think it could be real, but it's not real to me. Under the age of 14, opposite sex, he's bullying, not bullying her, because we don't like bullies. He's being very playful. And so is she. Because if she like me, we both being playful. We both roughhousing. I got brothers. So we both roughhousing. We both hustling a little bit. And so to me, it does depend on the chef. Because some people just don't understand that when you're a child, you're a child. You act like a child. Why are we writing children that act like adults? Why am I reading the story about a 7-year-old who's acting like a 46-year-old? Oh, yeah, yeah. So that is going and depends on the chef. Okay, we have the stranger. For me, this eats regardless unless no, this eats regardless. I value not knowing people before and getting to know them genuinely for the first time, with all intentions on the table. Like, hey, I just met you. You just met me. Okay, let's get to know each other. Oh, you're kind of cute. I'm gonna flirt with you a little bit. Oh, you're flirting back with me? Okay, let's flirt with each other for a little bit. Oh, you asked me out? I'm gonna say yes to the date. Oh, you asked me to be my boyfriend? Okay, I'm down. You know, the organic stranger eats regardless. As long as it's not a stranger shifted to stalker. Stranger is where it's at. Because you don't know each other. No pretense of each other. None at all. This is not a friend of a friend. No. Complete strangers. You just met that day and you now are included in each other's life. Okay? I might also take another break. But let's add stranger into each regardless. Each regardless. I love a good stranger still always. Because he doesn't know you. And you don't know him. And you could be upfront about it. I love a good upfront relationship where it's like, okay, I don't know you, you don't know me. What do you like? I don't know what you like. Oh, what do I like? What do you like? That I like that. I like that. I like that personally. Then we have the nice guy in quotation marks. What would guess? Just guess. Guess where this goes. If you think it goes anywhere else, let's have a conversation. Comment down below. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. I think we need to have a conversation. A little intervention if you need it. Nice guy in quotation marks is going in would rather starve. I do not need to elaborate on that. I still don't know how I find this in books. Like, I really don't. But you best believe I will be putting the book down if I read it and I'm like, so he's a nice guy. Yeah, I'm putting the book down. The next one is Toxic X. I want to put it in I Would Rather Starve, but I be hearing you girlies out. We see each other. We do. And I'm going to have to put him in I'm a Picky Eater. For the sake of the girlies who I know love a good Toxic X. I know. They'd be like, he's so bad, but he's so good for me. And it's like, baby girl, he's only bad for you. And you're hallucinating all the good parts. But you know what? The Lulu is not so Lulu. Okay, you know what? I'll be there with you. Not for a long time, though. But you know, I'll be there with you for some time. I can see it. Toxic X is going, and I'm a picky eater. Then we have coworker. Coworker. I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be honest. We're looking at this from the fictional world, okay? Fictional world, okay? Real life? No, no, not at all. You are my coworker. I see you too often for you to be a spouse. Because personally, I might be of the minority when I say this, but I like a man that I can miss. I like a person I can miss. Not sorry. I like a person I can miss. And if you're my coworker, I see you too darn often. You and me come face to face too often. But I have seen this written entertainingly. Maybe not well, but entertainingly. I have to admit, it entertains me very much so. Very much so. I love to see all the little work shenanigans you get to do. You know what? I do. I love work shenanigans. Like, oh my gosh, I have lunch at 1 and he has lunch at 2, so we won't be able to eat lunch together. Guess what? We're skipping the work meeting and eating lunch together. Okay, like work shenanigans are like, oh my gosh, he made a mess and now I have to go clean it up. But like, all the cleanup stuff is 3 floors down, and so now we're chasing each other to go get the cleanup stuff so that way no one noticed we made a mess together. Like, work shenanigans, when written right, entertaining as I don't know what, entertaining, super entertaining. And so I was gonna put it in depends on the show. But after getting as happy as I did talking about it, I think it goes in, it's a bit saucy. It's a bit saucy. I think it's gonna go in, it's a bit saucy. Because work shenanigans, you know, really do eat when you do it right. Then we have the prince slash king. Now, you're not a peasant. Let me just put that into the box. Let me put that into the equation. You're not the peasant, okay? You're like a maid or, another princess or another queen. You might be a duchess or a duke. You're not, he's not up here and you're down here, okay? You guys are at most like this. He may be a little above you, or they maybe a little above you, but not too much. You guys still are cordial with each other. You communicate quite often. Um, for me, this is gonna go in depend on the chef. Because some kings are written, if they're written, you know what, let me not say that. If they're written where the king feels very overly entitled, yeah, overly entitled, it's a no for me. Because like I said, I don't cocky, cocky is not where it's at. But if the king is actually a good king and he cares about his people, king slash prince is actually a good prince slash king who cares about his people. Yeah, yeah, indeed. So we're gonna put that in depends on the chef. I thought I would put that a lot higher when I initially wrote the script, but it's okay. I think it goes exactly where it needs to go. Prince slash king. Okay, then we have just a couple more and then we'll be done. We have the siblings friend. For me, it's you know what? In the fictional realm. Fictional realm. I have seen this written well. I have the last romance book I actually read had this written very well. I'm gonna have to put, and it depends on the show. I really thought I was gonna put that lower because in real life I would not. I would not. The second you become friends with my brother, you are bro zone. You are bro zone for sure, for sure. Or friends with my sister, you are bro zone. You are zoned, bro or sis zone. You are not getting out of that zone. Once you're put in that, you're not getting out. And so personally, in real life, this would not work. But fictionally, I have seen it written well, and I think it's because the last romance book I read did this very well. It did it very well, so well that I'm thinking about rereading it. And so we're gonna put it in depends on the chef. Okay, so we got the siblings friend. You see this a lot with the best friend's brother, and I'm like, more than likely for me, it would probably be a sister's friend. Like I trust my sister's opinion, and so I'd probably pick someone that might, if this was real life, it'd probably be a sister's friend, not a brother's friend. 'Cause I love my bros, but I trust my sister's judgment more. Next, we have the love interest that is the CEO. Can I get a round of applause for the CEO? Can anyone guess where this is going to go? You, it's going in each regardless. That's where it's going. For me, this is always done right. A man who knows how to control a room properly eats. And then on top of that, if it's a woman in power, who knows how to control a room properly, eats. I don't need to explain this. Uh, People who know how to run a business typically aren't too far behind in their life. In the sense of like they run their life like they run their business. And so if their life was poorly ran, then their business will reflect that. But if the business is well ran, so is their life. And to me, that's where it's at. And so the CEO goes at each regardless. Because unless you just make the CEO real and immature, and some of y'all be doing that. He can't be a CEO and be immature. Not unless he's a Nepo baby. In that case, that's a different story. If he's not a Nepo baby and managed to work his way to a CEO, can you speak? Can you speak, Cigar? If he's not a Nepo baby and managed to work his way to a CEO position, he's not going to be cocky. He's going to have that position like the back of his hand. And he's going to do that thing well, very much well. We have the bad boy is the next love interest. You know what? You know what? When was the last time I read a good bad boy trope? Ooh, okay. I know the last time I read a good bad boy trope. So the bad boy trope, huh? I want to put it in. It's a bit saucy, but I have seen this done really, really bad because he shouldn't. One, okay. Let me put this in you guys' head. He's a college student. Okay, we're not talking about high schoolers ruining their lungs early. Okay, or running or drinking early. Okay, we're not talking about drinking underage. We're not talking about smoking underage. Okay, we're not talking about none of that. None of that. We're talking about college students. Okay, college students or college age adults, and he's deemed a bad boy. whether it be because he grew up in what may be deemed the hood. Um, he could be a bad boy because he has gone to jail before, but on minor stuff like what is it? Like maybe a failed to pay ticket, and so he's gone to jail maybe once or twice for not paying his tickets. You know, it could be a bad boy in the sense of like he smokes and he vapes and he does drugs. It could be a bad boy in that sense, or it could be a bad boy in the sense of he's a criminal. So had a bit of a technical difficulty, but we're back. I just explained the bad boy. I might speed this up a little bit because if I don't, I'm gonna run out of storage, and then I'm gonna have to record this on a different camera, and that requires a whole new setup, and I don't want to do that. Not exactly, but let's get back to this. Okay, so let's resume. Bad Boy is going on it's a bit saucy area because as I was explaining, it doesn't exactly mean they are a bad person. It's just there's a bad connotation with them. And I've seen this well written a bunch of times. I've also seen this poorly written. But because of how well written I have seen this, it goes that high. Okay. I've seen some people eat this category up and they do it well. They serve it, put it on a plate, and serve it. And so yeah, the bad boy is going on. It's a bit saucy. Okay, and then we have our last one, which is the nerd. As long as he's not an incel, yeah, yeah, it's going to eat regardless because for me it does indeed eat regardless because I love me a good nerd. I don't need to explain more. When he's written like, I love a good smart man or smart person in general. Like, yes, tell me something I don't know. Do please do. I will sit here and listen to you tell me something I don't know because it eats. I love someone who's passionate about things, which may deem them a nerd, but regardless. Okay, so let's give our final conclusions. Are each regardless is filled with stranger, the CEO, and the nerd. Okay, I stand by that. I don't think I need to change that. A bit saucy is a werewolf. So like the werewolf love interest, the rival love interest, the coworker love interest, and the bad boy. Yeah, yeah. I don't have any problems with that. I probably should put the bad man because we're not doing boys, but bad boy, quote unquote. Depends on the chef goes Mafia King, Jock, Star-crossed lover half, childhood best friend, friend slash king, and then siblings friend. Hmm. I'm second guessing some of these. Um, I kind of want to bring the siblings friend lower, but we're gonna keep it there actually because I have read it done right. I'm a picky eater, vampire, and I'm a picky eater goes vampire, enemy, superior, pet slash servant, K-pop idol slash celebrity, and toxic ex. Okay, I stand by that. And then would rather starve goes the nice guy, the demon prince, and the bully. Should I bring the demon prince up to I'm a picky eater? Huh. I'm gonna bring the demon prince up to I'm a picky eater because I know some of the girlies love it, and I respect you guys for that. I'm not gonna eat it, but I may ask you about it, and I'll live vicariously through you. All right. Well, that is my first YouTube video. If you like that and you sat through the whole video, come back. Much love is here. Much love is here. Okay. I hope you guys have a good day and I hope you enjoyed. I hope you ate that up. I'm sorry if that made your ears hurt. I know some people do have ear sensitivity, and that sound might have just turned you all the way away from subscribing, and I deeply am sorry. Um, Hope you guys have a good day. Much love. Kisses.